In this video, we will install the Hi-Vis sight system on a Ruger Mark III. The Hi-Vis sight fully replaces the front sight, but it only replaces the blade on the original adjustable rear sight. I purchased the Hi-Vis sight from Majestic Arms, and it consists of a fiber optic front sight, a V-shaped blade for the adjustable rear sight, a carousel that contains 2 green pipes, 2 white pipes, and 1 red pipe. The other red pipe is already installed on the front sight. And it comes with a pipe removal tool, so you can remove the pipe from the front sight. Let's take a close look at each of the sight components. The kit does not come with a screw for the front sight because we will be using the screw already in the original front sight. Notice the white vertical line on the rear sight blade. This helps with sight alignment. Also note the small dimple on the back of the blade. It is used to align the blade to the rear sight base during installation. You can see one of the white pipes in the carousel. You turn the carousel to either remove or insert the light pipes. The red attachment is a tool to remove the pipe from the front sight. The tools we will need are a 3 32nd punch, a jeweler's flathead screwdriver for the rear sight windage adjustment screw, a flathead screwdriver for the front sight. I'm using my Grace Ruger Single Action number 2. Loctite thread blocker blue 242. A brass brush. Gun cleaning solution, gun cleaning patches, and a can of compressed air. We will install the rear sight blade first and the front sight last, so we won't possibly damage the fiber optic pipe during installation of the Hi-Vis sights. But first, let's make sure the gun is safe. No magazine, chamber is empty, safety is on. Using the jeweler's screwdriver and turning counterclockwise, we're going to completely remove the windage adjustment screw from the rear sight. I'm going to be doing this at an angle so that you can see, but it's going to make it a little bit difficult for me to see. Next, we're going to insert the 3 32nd punch into the opening where we just removed the windage adjustment screw and push to compress the internal spring. And you can see that the blade moves as we push. In order to remove the blade, if you recall, the blade has a dimple on the side that must match up to a notch in the sight base in order for us to remove it. Let's take a close look at that notch. All right, let's insert the punch. We want to adjust the blade to the notch. Remove the blade. Now be careful when you remove the punch because the spring can come out. Now if the spring does come out, all you have to do is reinsert it. Next, we want to take the new sight blade and orient it such that the vertical white line is facing the back of the gun. As we install it, we'll use the punch to keep the spring compressed. And I find for me it's just a little bit easier to take the right side of the blade, insert it into the right side of the base, line up the dimple with a notch, drop it in, and push it to the left, and while I'm pushing, remove the punch. So let's compress the spring. Keep the punch to the bottom of the sight base. Right side. And when done properly, you can see that the blade is under spring pressure. Now we want to reinstall the windage adjustment screw. Let me get a little bit of close to me. It'll go in smooth first, and then you'll start hearing it do the adjustment clicks. And what you want to do is just do it enough so that the blade is centered within the sight base. Using the larger flathead screwdriver, let's completely remove the front sight. Now let's remove the screw from the sight base. We'd want to keep our sight base in case we wish to put it back. But there might be a small amount of debris on the small screw, so we'll just use our brush to clean it off. And then we want to use a can of compressed air to remove any debris that might be in the screw hole. You want to take a gun cleaning patch with a little bit of cleaner on it and just clean off the screw. And then take a dry patch and get it nice and dry. Now we want to put a very small amount of thread lock on the screw. Per the instructions, you give it a good shake. There's a little bit too much on it that I would like, so I'm just going to rotate it some. And I'm going to put it in the new sight base. Make sure it's fully inserted. Wipe off any thread lock that might have gotten on the sight base. And we don't want to tighten it down yet. We just want it right now, just make sure there's a little bit of play. So that the sight base can naturally orient to the barrel. And then we slowly tighten it. Sure looks good. And one last one. That should do it. Now the thread lock should be fully cured in about 24 hours. So if you can resist the temptation, don't use your gun for 24 hours. So we're completely done. And thank you for watching.